All right, Greg, it's prediction time. It's Penn State, Ohio State at the Shoe. Penn State's a prohibitive underdog. How do you see it playing out?
I picked this one 35-17 in favor of the Buckeyes. I think Penn State's going to be in this game until midway through the third quarter, perhaps even at the start of the fourth quarter. But at the end of the day, I think Ohio State's finally going to put it all together this week. You know, we watched Penn State play Indiana last week, and I think they really used some of the stuff that had been said about them, especially the stuff that, you know, they weren't able to put things together and they weren't very good on offense. And I think they sort of used that last week to motivate and drive to a win. I think Ohio State's going to do that this week. A lot of questions about that offense. I think it finally puts itself together, and I think 35-17 till this one ends.
Yeah, Ohio State, I just don't feel like they've been all that enthused so far this year in the regular season. This is a night game for the home crowd. I think maybe they're a little bit tired of hearing about how Penn State could have won the game last year. I have it 34-13 Buckeyes. I do think that Penn State is just going to have trouble, I think, throwing the ball. I don't know how they're going to account for Joey Bosa, especially if he's rushing from the right defensive end spot against Paris Palmer. I know they'll probably keep a guy in. And the other thing is their offense, you know, it has been formidable, even though they've had some struggles.
Yeah.
The one thing I'd look for is that they have so many weapons. I don't know if you're Penn State's defense, where do you start in trying to slow these guys down? You can slow them down for 90% of the time. All it takes is one missed tackle, and they're going to get loose. I think Penn State will play pretty well into the third quarter, but I just don't see them staying, especially if Saquon Barkley doesn't play or is limited. I don't know how they're going to be able to keep pace with Ohio State. I know that Maryland had some success on the ground last week, but they had a running quarterback. Penn State doesn't have a running quarterback. I think it's a different kind of offense. I do think that Urban Meyer and the Ohio State defense will have this one figured out by about the third quarter. 34-13 for me, Ohio State, and you like?
35-17 Buckeyes.
All right.